This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat, that fire. All right, let's talk about it. Canelo Alvarez does not take a fight that he does not think he can actually win. We know he can beat Terence Crawford. The real Terence Crawford revealed himself against Israil Madrimov. There was no loaded and padded gloves. There was no snack. There was basically no added advantage because he wasn't fighting an opponent that made him fear for his life. Let me say it again. There was no added advantage because he wasn't fighting an opponent that made him fear for his life. So there was no reason for him to enhance himself. There was no reason for the super soldier cocktail serum. There was no reason for him to do anything egregious, anything foul, anything suspect, anything dirty. You know, we know he deals with Irish mobsters. This is why Tyson Fury cannot come back to the United States, because, you know, they both are connected to the same Irish mobster. Everything about Terence Crawford is dirty. We know he's a barking chihuahua. And we know what barking chihuahuas do. They bark behind the damn fence. Let me say it again. He's a barking chihuahua. And barking chihuahuas bark behind the damn fence. That's what happened in his fight against Israil Madrimov. The real Terence Crawford showed up. He stood up. And like the chihuahua that he was, at his truest and his most properest levels, he barked behind the damn fence. Canelo Alvarez is taking and agreeing to a $150 million payday. This is a basically kill two birds with one stone. I get the biggest payday of my life, and I get to knock this motherfucker out. I get to showcase to everyone that this dude is not who he is. If Terence Crawford is smart, he better go right back to the Errol Spence rematch, because Canelo is going to take 10 years off of this dude's life. Not just boxing career, off of his life. Because I saw the shots that Israil Madrimov hit Terence Crawford with. And I'm thinking, if Canelo does this same thing, what ends up happening to Terence Crawford? Amir Khan said the Canelo Alvarez fight took 10 years off of his boxing career. That's 10 years. So Terence Crawford, if you're smart, you don't accept that fight. Did you guys see the way he was basically pause oriented? Basically, he was kind of like a little bit taken back by the fact that he didn't want the fight against Canelo anymore. He said, well, Canelo has a fight now. He sounded reluctant because he understands that if he fights a guy like that, after getting exposed by Israil Madrimov, which is a robbery, Israil Madrimov won 115. I would say the scoring card is 115, 113, 114, 114, 114, 114. Let me say it again. 115, 113, 114, 114, 114, 114. Israil Madrimov by split decision. He didn't do enough to beat the champion. Terence Crawford won that fight because of his namesake that Errol Spence gave him. Because he couldn't sell a chicken dinner, let alone a cookout. But all of a sudden he's on WWE. All of a sudden he's a household name. Terence Crawford owes Errol Spence the stature he has right now. And it's very clear now. Even Canelo is like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Errol Spence did get paid to lose, because if you look at the performances night and day, Crawford went back to his ordinary self. Starts very slow, starts very sluggish, doesn't do anything significant, makes you think he's collecting the data, and then goes into a hit me, I'ma hit you back dog fighting style. That's what he does. Hit me, I'ma hit you back. Hit me, I'ma hit you back. Hit me, I'ma hit you back. Dog fighting style. That is not Floyd Mayweather-esque. You saw a guy that got touched up. You saw a guy that was eating right hand shots. Israil Madrimov was giving him different looks. He kept repositioning himself. You know, a lot of the dodo heads, a lot of the brain full of mush and brainwash, neuro-linguistic program, basically what we would say idiots, dummies, jabronis, Rudy fucking poos, and plum brains that don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. They come into the comment section like opera singers, yeah, and then they come in again, yeah, thinking they're telling you something of relevance and prevalence, but they're really saying stupid shit. So if someone is getting hit constantly with shots, and you admitted that they got hit with those shots in the Gamboa fight, you admitted that they got hit with those shots in IE, the Mean Machine fight, that's Floyd Mayweather-esque. Oh, Crawford eats right hands, but who still won. This is the problem with today's society. They accept mediocrity. Let me say it again. They accept mediocrity. Since when if Floyd would have ever got eaten up right hands by a Mean Gajeen Bagoo Gadeen machine? Since when Floyd would have ever got eaten with right hand shots by a Gamboa? It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So really, in all essence, when we look at this for what it is, and we're calling a spade, we're keeping it a buck, we're keeping it 1,000, and we're keeping it real. In all essence and all reality, Terence Crawford got exposed. He got exposed for the fraud that he is. He got exposed for the loaded and padded glove user that he is. He got exposed for the snack user that he is. He got exposed for being a cheater, being next to Victor Conte and that Irish mobster at the same time. So he is so many levels of a cheater. Did you guys not see in the David Avanesian fight, aka Avocado, when Antonio Tarver said the gloves were loaded and padded? It is documented in the fight that the announcers were saying it. They should have stopped the fight at that point in time, but they didn't do that because at the end of the day, we know the sport of boxing is dirty. We know the sport of boxing is dark, and we know the sport of boxing has things associated behind it that makes you really sit there and tell yourself what the fuck is going on. So when it's all said and done, Canelo Alvarez will knock this motherfucker out. And I'm not the biggest Canelo fan. But you see, when you do something in the dark, the truth always reveals itself. It may not reveal itself right then and there. It may not reveal itself the next day. But the truth hurts, and the truth will set you free. And those whom the truth set free are free indeed. The truth's job is to set the captives free. But the truth's job is to also reveal mediocrity. Israil Madrimov revealed mediocrity. Israil Madrimov also revealed that the Errol Spence fight was a paid to lose. It was a nosedive affair. But it also revealed that Terence Crawford does not belong in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Are we going to sit here and question that at this point? Because how does Terence Crawford go from looking so good in an Errol Spence fight and then looking so mediocre in an Israil Madrimov fight? Let me say it again. How does he go from looking so good in the Errol Spence fight to looking so mediocre in an Israil Madrimov fight? I'm going to tell you how and why. It's because when you are enhanced on a super soldier serum cocktail, when you have loaded and padded gloves, when you are working with Victor Conte, who can give you undetectable PEDs, even though he was showing roid rage in the press conference and post conferences, getting after it with a fan, basically jarring back and forth. Even Errol Spence was looking at him like, what the fuck is going on with you? Clear signs of roid rage. Let me say it again. Clear signs of roid rage. It shows you that without Victor Conte, without the loaded and padded gloves, without all of the nuances that gives him the advantages, when it's all said and done, Terence Crawford is nothing but a chihuahua barking behind a damn fence. And if that's not the cold-hearted, that's not the unadulterated, and that's not the cutthroat truth teller fashion, I don't know what is. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.